Oh, it's time for Tubi Tuesday. Kind of forgot. It's Tubi Tuesday till the last second. Welcome to more Christmas reviews. I promise you I'm doing more Christmas stuff on the channel leading up because Christmas is next week from when I'm recording this. So, eggnog for people. Oh, yeah, it's good. There's some mushy with it. Oh, no more. So, we are reviewing Jack Frost. Oh, but Scotty, you already did that one with Michael Keaton. Nope, not that one. The other one. The horror movie, independent horror movie, Jack Frost. Starring Scott McDonald as the Jack Frost killer guy snowman. Remember that name? Because it's my name. Without the McDonald. Because I don't have a farm or fast food restaurant, so. Jack Frost is a horror comedy that I've watched this once. This one. I have the second one on DVD somewhere, and I watched that one more because that's the one that I have. And that one is stupid. Be honest with you, I watched that one twice. I watched it once, thought it was the worst thing I ever seen, and then one day I found the DVD again. I'm like, oh yeah, I put it in and watched it. Still thought it was the worst thing I ever seen. So, just, when I do that one, just know. This one, though, wasn't bad. And I was surprised at how straight this movie plays it. Like, it plays it serious for the entire film, even in some moments that you wouldn't think would be too weird. Like, they take the concept of a killer snowman, make it doable. Like, people don't believe it at first. When it happens, it's not like they're saying, "Oh, killer snowman, how stupid is this?" No, they don't do that. They're oh, it's Jack Frost. He's back from the dead. He's a snowman, so it works. But when I first started watching this movie, I'm sorry this is late. I watched this morning. I had maybe 20 minutes left to this film, but came home and took a nap because I don't work tomorrow, but because we had extra stuff to do at work today, I got done late, so I came home and took a nap right away, so I didn't even have time to finish watching it and do the review. So, I'm doing it now. It's a late one. Didn't do it yesterday. Could have. Didn't, because I did Malignant, so. Sorry. So, let's go ahead and start from the beginning here. This film starts with a British uncle, Uncle Henry, telling a story to his niece, who is an obvious, grown woman doing a squeaky voice or been sped up or something. Uncle Henry, tell me a story. And she wants the scary story, so he starts telling her this story about Jack Frost. So he's murdered people. He's like, oh, I don't know. She wanted this story. But, yeah, and so I'm sitting here listening to this, because I had my earphone when I was using the bathroom downstairs. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they're doing this voice exposition, voiceover exposition, because they didn't shoot anything to show the backstory. But later, maybe 20 minutes later, after the whole incident happens, the sheriff has a flashback. And it shows us how he captured Jack Frost. He happened to wander upon him and hold him up, and yeah. So why did we have the voiceover exposition if we're just going to show it? Usually it's one or the other, I don't know. But yes, Jack Frost has been captured. And he's being taken to his execution. Now, you'd think that he would be put in a maximum security prison so that had a place in that maximum security prison where you could do the execution, but if they did that, then wouldn't have a horror movie. Like most of the Halloween films. If we didn't move Michael Myers, he wouldn't get out. Wouldn't have a movie. You know what I mean? That's not most. That's some of them. It's Halloween 1, 4, 8, 7. Yep. 10, 2018. Yeah, they've done it before. But anyway, so yes, and he somehow kills the guard that's in there with him. Because he wanted a cigarette, he wanted to smoke. Kills the guy, he smokes, and then he gets out, and he holds this guy up, he's gonna kill him, but there's this chemical stuff spills out and hits him, and he melts into the snow. We find out that it's a chemical agent, an acid, that is supposed to extend human life. But it took his molecules, not only took his molecules and put it into the snow, but it gave the snow Jack Frost's soul. Now, being he's a serial killer, I don't know how much of a soul he would have, but you know what I mean. Our hero is Sam, the sheriff who caught Jack Frost. And I find it really weird that this first kill is the only kill like this we get in the entire movie. They find this old man because, much like Tremors, the first kill has to be old man, whatever. It was old Fred in that one, and it's an old man here, and he's like all frozen in his chair. And I like this guy because his chair's rocking. And I'm like, how is his chair rocking? Is it the wind? Is it just it's supposed to be a throwaway gag where it's no? But they come around to it. He's like, will you take your foot off that chair and it stops rocking? Okay, that's a little funny. That was a little funny. Comedy in this works okay. You know, Sam's son is making him oatmeal. I say that because it comes back surprisingly. It comes back later in the film. Makes him oatmeal, puts it in the bag, and Sam's about to throw it away. But he decides, no, I'm going to keep it, and that does come back. Now, Agent Manners, is he from the FBI, or is he using that as a cover? Because later when Sam goes, Agent Manners, FBI? Sure. So is he really FBI, or is he just like working for some other agency? He brings Stone, the guy who designed the acid, who I've seen in Smallville as Dr. Walden in the season 2 of Smallville. So I've seen him before. He's in other things, but I recognize him from that. He's one of a couple recognizable actors. Him and Shannon Elizabeth plays Sam's friend's daughter. That's about all the actors I recognize in this. But let's talk about the kills in this movie, man, because I think that there are some decent kills. Like this kid that's picking on Sam's son, which I can't remember his name. Billy is the name of the kid that gets killed, but like he's picking on him and he goes to leave and he's tripped and his sled comes down and cuts his head off, kind of like Silent Night, Deadly Night. But or have you did that laugh in that movie? But yeah, and then the kid's like Sam's son is like, I didn't do it. It was the snowman. They don't believe him, of course. But then I'm just gonna Stone and Manners and Stone show up after a few other kills, and then they find Sam's friend and his wife murdered in their house. Sam's friend, like you see, Jack Frost takes his axe, but he kills him with the butt of it, shoves it down his throat, which. We'll give him credit, because usually you see him just take the axe and chop their head off, but no, he takes and shoves the butt of it down his throat, which is creative. And then another creative kill, he kills this guy's wife to the tree, which is pretty cool. I think she's the one where he like slams her into the. Yeah, he slams her into the bulbs. The decorations, the glass bulb decorations, and then puts her on the tree. That's pretty cool. He then shows up at another house. I don't think it's Shannon Elizabeth is their daughter. I don't think it's that house because I think cops would still be around at least doing something. But she shows up with her boyfriend, and he's this very long undressing thing because they're wearing layers. So that's the joke. It takes forever to undress, but they don't undress all the way. Because this is an American Pie, so she's not going to show any skin. Although we do get some butt cheek. But I don't think it was her. I think it was her stunt. Her body double. But Like, she's like already to unbutton it. She's like, no, I need a bath or something. And then Jack Frost kills him with, I don't remember how he kills him exactly. He just does. He stabs him or something. I don't know. They do this gag where he keeps grabbing into the drawer to get some kind of weapon, basically like a whisk or something else that's not really a weapon, but you know, Jack Frost kills him. Then he goes upstairs because we find out Jack can melt himself and move under doors and stuff, which is kind of a cool, you know, power. So he gets into the bathtub and fills it up, and it's obviously fake snow. You can tell it's fake snow. There's some decent gore effects in this. Like, that's a decent. Like, they're not terrific, but they're decent. They're fine. But, like, some other effects. Like, this is just... Like, this is just, like, the cheapest flaky fake snow you could find, basically, in there with her. And then, basically, Jack fucks her to death. I can't think of any way, because he does it, thrashes her against the wall, and she dies, and then he says something like, hope it was good for you as it was for me, or something like that. So yeah, that was supposed to be a sex joke. A sex kill, whatever, but they basically ripped her to death, but it was less graphic than you think. She's all covered up, basically, so you see some booty cheek, but yeah. Eventually they realized that the snowman is real and they had to find a way to kill it. So first, they take the other way, like... So, Paul, the guy who delivers all the... This is a small town, so everybody knows everybody. And now you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Everyone knows each other's names. Paul, the delivery guy, delivers salt and anything you need. And so he happens to be coming up to bring the salt, and he sees the dead people and freaks out and tries to tell people they don't listen to him. So they arrest him because later he's in jail. They decide the best way they gotta get out of there is to tape aerosol cans so they're spraying out, which I don't think taping them down keeps them going. I mean, maybe, because then you hold it. Let's do a Mythbusters on that, okay? Let's Mythbust this. Okay, so let's see. We're going to take a can of this here stuff. Let's do the lemon. Blade spray. Okay, and we're going to see if we can keep it spraying when the button's down, okay? This is temporal experiment number 1. Emmett L. Brown. Here you go, duct tape. Kind of. It doesn't stay. My finger smells like lemon now. I guess it needs a... I guess it needs a different button. I guess you could say it works. I need to wipe my finger off. It smells like lemon. I don't have any of the other kind of air fresheners, so I wouldn't. No, but it just smells good in here. Lemon. Where was I now? I'm done fooling around. I think it was spraying that way. There's lemon everywhere though. So yeah, so they take the aerosol cans, take them down, they're spraying. And then they get out and they shoot into the building and it explodes. apparently killing Jack, but like, you think I'd just toss a lighter in there? Like, guns let sparks, but only from the, you'd be standing in the thing, I think. I don't know, I'm not a big gun guy, but Jack survives, of course. So they, after he attacks people, they come up with another idea. They force him into the furnace. And I like this, that they, basically they're standing there, and they're like, hey, you left a 7-10 split. And as he runs to get them, they have hair dryers, which they tried to use earlier, but they ran out of cord. So now it's extension cords, and they force him into the furnace, where he, quote unquote, burns to death. Of course, it doesn't work. He comes back as what's that? Not fog, but like he comes up condensation. Mist comes up, you know, and then it comes back down, and he forms himself again, and he kills Stone. Well, he attacks Manners. I will note that if you guys are watching this and you haven't seen the second one, Manners is not dead. He comes back with an eye patch in the second one, which I don't know how he has an eye patch. I can see him surviving because he just gets bit on the side of the head. But I don't see anything puncturing the eye, though, because I was wondering, I forgot how that happens, and then he sees him get bitten on the side of the head, and I'm like, wait, he had an eye patch in the second one. It's also a different actor, but yeah. But Manners is still alive. He's in the second one. But he, like, this is another where the effect doesn't look very good. First of all, we see that Jack is inside Stone, and it looks like he's bloated, and then he just starts spitting out pieces of Jack, but it looks like a foam, like a white foam coming out of him, and it doesn't, not a very good effect. But Jack comes back, and then we get the reveal of what connection to kill him. We think he's unstoppable, and then he melts down and goes into the truck where Sam and his son are. Everyone else just kind of disappears for this act. There's one thing that I want to know. So, while Paul, because Paul was locked up in the jail, and he gets out, and then Paul comes back out of nowhere, he hits Jack with the truck and knocks him over. He goes, because here's the thing. So, as they try to escape from the truck, Sam takes the oatmeal that was on his dashboard that his son gave him, throws it at Jack, it hits him, and starts to burn him off. And while you're sitting there going, oatmeal? Really? Just listen, it's not the oatmeal. It's what the kid put in it. Antifreeze. Now, you think, oh yeah, that'll work. But then you gotta take a second thought and be like, wait, he tried to kill his dad? The kid didn't understand. He did it because he thought it wouldn't freeze. Antifreeze. That's not how it works, but yeah. And so he tells Paul, hey, get the antifreeze. And so he does. He takes the kid with him, and he lures him into this building. And when we're in the building, the sheriff's running around, and we hear a woman go, it's my husband? Is his wife cheating on him? Or is that just like another woman thinking it's her husband? Because it's really weird. There's a bunch of voices going, and we hear, it's my husband? I'm like, wait. All this is going down. Your son is in trouble, and you're cheating on your husband? I think maybe it's supposed to be someone else, and she thinks it's her husband. I don't know. But then he lures Jack and knocks him right in to the back of Paul's truck, which has the antifreeze in it, just a pool of antifreeze, and melts him. Then his wife is right there. So was she in there? Was she doing something? I mean, at a time like this, I don't think you would, but who knows? But yes, and then they do one last little gag where Billy finds the arm and it wraps around him, and then Sam takes his own son with Jack Frost wrapped around his head, dunks him in the antifreeze. That's not safe, but movie. And then they bottle up Jack in the antifreeze bottles and bury him in the ground. So, yeah. And that's it. And I do note that you should remember that this was supposed to be a story being told by a man to his niece. Because the movie sure didn't. The movie ends right after this. And I'm going, wait, what happened to the guy telling his niece about the story? There's not a wrap around with that? You're not gonna come back? No? Just, I enjoyed this, man. I thought it's better than I thought it was gonna be. Better than I remember it being, actually. But, yeah, so, all that in mind, man, there's actually some good acting in this. I think the second one tainted it so much. I think I didn't like the second one so much that I thought this one was just as bad. But it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. So with that in mind, just like I said, Jack Frost is pretty good. So what are your thoughts on Jack Frost? In the comments below, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.